Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we'll continue with our second unit with the lesson today, which is the grammar lesson in your books, page 22 and 23. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 22 and 23, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. From the previous lesson, which was the listen and discuss lesson, you had a homework which is in your books, page 89. Exercise A. Complete the sentences, use the words in the box. So you can use whether volcano, crater, bull, tornado, meteorite, or debris. Number 1. We stayed near an awesome lake on our vacation. A had made wet thousands of years ago. Then the huge hole, which is filled with water and made the lake. So we're having a meteorite had made a crater, which is the hole which is in the top of a volcano. Then it was filled with water. Number 2, Mountain St. Helen looks like half of a mountain. Actually, it is when it erupted, and this is our keyword, the idea of eruption or explosion in 1980, it destroyed the trees that had grown around it for hundreds of years. So the eruption is related to volcanoes. Number 3, I had never been to the state of Texas before I went there with my family. We rented a car and drove across the state. We had been in the car for about 30 minutes when we saw a very strange sign. It was a yellow sign and had the image of black on it. We later learned that there are a lot of them in Texas. These powerful windstorms. Which one is a windstorm? It's actually a tornado. So a sign for a tornado. These powerful windstorms can destroy trees and buildings and leave a lot of afterwards to clean up, which is the debris. The debris is the aftermath, what you can find after the tornado or any natural phenomena. Number 4, during our vacation in Texas, we also went to a rodeo. Rodeos are very popular and a lot of fun. We saw cowboys, horses, as well as bulls, and even clowns. After the rodeo, we met one of the clowns and we had seen in one of the events. So you will try to read the whole text so you can find out about the most suitable word to complete. For our lesson today, by the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use past perfect tense in the affirmative and negative sentences. You will be able to form questions and short answers in the past perfect tense, as well as you will be able to use can't, could, couldn't, must, and may, and might for the idea of speculation. So it's about past perfect plus the idea of speculation. So let's get started in here. We're going to speak about this picture. Here we're having a girl who slept over the desk in here, and we're having 3 missed calls. She will tell us the story. Yesterday, I worked a lot and slept on my desk. I might have exhausted myself. When I woke up, my mom had called me 3 times. She must be worried by now. She might have wanted me to go with her somewhere. And I had spilled coffee on my desk, as well as I hadn't finished my project. So, yesterday what happened? She worked so hard on her project. However, she was so tired, then she slept. During her sleeping, her mom called, she spilled the coffee, and she hadn't finished the homework. Then, today in the morning, early in the morning, she woke up. And now, maybe we are in the afternoon. She's speaking to us in the afternoon. Let's get started with this. At the beginning, she is telling us when I woke up. She woke up this morning. So she woke up, maybe you are in the afternoon, and she woke up maybe yesterday. She said, when I woke up, it happened in the past. What happened before that? Before that, my mom had called me 3 times. So she didn't answered the phone, the calls. So my mom had called, as well as I had spilled coffee on my desk before waking up. So we will put I had spilled coffee in here, and I hadn't finished my project, which is happening before. So all of the actions that happened, whether waking up, spilling the coffee, finishing the homework or the project, the idea of the mom's call, all of them happened in the past, before now. But in this tense, we're going to organize actions in the past. All of them, which one happened first and which one happened later. Okay, so we're speaking about the past perfect tense. If you want to form the past perfect tense, you will start with the pronoun. Regardless of the pronoun, it will be followed by had. Had will give you 2 indications. The first one, it is from the has or have group because it is a perfect tense. And it is had because we're speaking about the past. So if it were present, we will use has or have. However, past, you will use had, and one of the has, have or had, this time we will use the had because it is a perfect tense. And any have verb will be followed by verb number 3, which is the past participle tense of the verb. So we will say, when I woke up today in the morning, here it will come at this place, before now. Then my mom had called me 3 times. Notice had and called. Also, I can say I had spilled coffee on my desk. Had and spilled, and it came before now or before waking up. Also, I hadn't finished my project, which happened before the idea of waking up. So we're using the past perfect tense to tell that something happened before another action, and both of them are in the past. Which one is old and which one is older? The past perfect tense will tell you about the older action. Okay, in your book's page 22, past perfect tense. Use the past perfect tense, which is had plus past participle, to indicate an action that happened before another action in the past. So we're having 2 actions. One happened and another one happened before it. What had happened first? It will be in the past perfect. The newer thing, or yes, the newer thing will be in the past simple. So when we arrived at the airport, our flight had already left. And here you're telling me that you couldn't get into the airplane. I got there maybe at 9, at 8 the airplane had left, or yes, it had left. So on a timeline, I arrived before that the airplane had left. The second, they couldn't get in the house. Why? Because they have forgotten the key. So in here on the timeline, we can say that couldn't get into the house, past, and what happened before that? We had forgotten the key. So at the later one is couldn't get into the house because before that we hadn't brought the keys. Okay, now how about forming a question? The past perfect question. My grandmother had baked a pie before I arrived to her house. Here we're having this is the noun, and here we will have the helping verb. As easy as just change the order. Had she baked a pie? All we have done is to change the order. Had she baked a pie? Notice the sentence. The answer will be yes. Yes, she had. Or we can say, had she baked a cake? It's a pie, it's not a cake. No, she hadn't. She hadn't baked a cake. She had baked a pie. So here we will have had. She had baked a pie, not a cake. One more. Let's speak about they painted the wall before I arrived home. So we can change the order. All you're doing is just the inversion. So had they painted the wall? Had they? So all you do is just to change the order. Then the answer is yes. From the picture we can tell that yes. Yes, they had painted the wall. Then another question. Had they repaired the wall? It's the idea of painting. No repairing in here. So no, they hadn't. They hadn't repaired the wall. They had painted it. Only the idea of painting. No repairment. Okay? Just change the order because it is a yes-no question or a short answer question. In your books, page 22, past perfect tense, to form a question, you will start with had followed by the pronoun, regardless of the pronoun. Had I been there before? Had he been there before? Or had they been there before? Whenever we start with the modal auxiliary, in here we're having the auxiliary verb. The answer will be whether a short answer positive, so it will be yes, I had, yes, he had, or yes, we had. Or it's a negative answer, short answer no, so no, I hadn't, no, she hadn't, or no, they hadn't. Notice that with the negative, it will be connected to the helping verb, whether it is had, has, or whatever it is. And in our situation, it is the had, so hadn't. Now in your books, page 22, exercise A, complete the sentences using the verbs in parentheses. Use the simple past and the past perfect form. So we're having the verb between two brackets. You will choose whether past or past perfect. Just think about the sentence. Which action happened older? So it will be the past perfect. And which one happened earlier? So it will be, let's say, in the past simple. I feel much better after I see the results of my tests. Which one happened first? I felt better when I had seen the results. So how did you feel? I felt bad. Then seeing the results, then felt better. So I had seen the results, then I felt better. It had been raining, but by the time we arrived, the rain stopped. Which one happened first? So when we arrived, the rain had stopped. So it stopped, then we got to the area. Number 3, dinosaurs be extinct for millions of years before the first human appeared. So they had been extinct for millions of years, then we will have human beings before humans appear. At the beginning, we had dinosaurs, they disappear, they extinct, then we had human beings. Number 4, I never travel outside my country until I go to Disney World last summer. At the beginning, I had never traveled outside my country until I went to Disneyland. We wanted to get a picture of the meteorite, but when we arrived, the police already take it away. We went there, the police had taken it before us. But when we arrived, before us the police had already taken it away. Just always read the sentence. We're having two actions. Which one is older? It will be in the past perfect. And which one is the newer? It will be in the past tense, the simple past tense. Now in your books, page 90, exercise B. Write sentences for each picture. Use the simple past and the past perfect in each sentence. We've got these sentences and the pictures in your books, page 90. Carl and John look in the living room for the keys, but their little brother take them into the bedroom. So looking, and before that, their little brother took it, or yes, he took it. So we will say, Carl and John looked in the living room for the keys, but their little brother had taken them into the bedroom. Number one, had taken, then followed by the idea of looking before them. When the football game come on TV, they not clean up the living room yet. Which one is older? When the football game came on TV, what happened before? They hadn't cleaned up yet from the party. So at the beginning they didn't finish, then the game started. It started to rain, but Karen leave her umbrella at home. It started to rain, but Karen had left her umbrella at home. If it was raining, she won't leave it at home. However, before that in the morning, she had left her umbrella at home. Number four, they not take any photos on their vacation because they forgot their camera. Which one first? You will forget, then not take. So they didn't take any photos on their vacation because they had forgotten their camera. Let's say a week ago they had left it at home. He fell asleep while studying because he stayed up late, very late, every night this week. So we will say, he fell asleep while studying because he had stayed up late every night this week. So, staying up late every night, then as a result we're having today, or this night, he fell asleep. Okay, back to our friend here who fell asleep while she was studying. She said, I fell asleep on my desk. I might have exhausted myself. Mom must be worried by now. And she said she might have wanted me to go with her somewhere. So now we're not speaking about things that she is very sure about them. She's making speculations, which is the idea of a guess. You are guessing. I had a missed call on my phone, 3 missed calls from my mom. I will say, she must have wanted to do this or that with me. A missed call from a friend. She must have needed me for the homework or the project. Maybe someone is tired, so I will make speculations or guesses about what had happened before now. So let's make guesses about this picture. If you look at this one, we can't tell what it is. So all you're doing is just to make a guess. What would you think this thing is? For me, I will say, might be. It might be something round. For me, might be something round. Might be a ball. Or it must be, I will say, it must be something that is round. I am more likely sure about it. It is round. And I will say, it can't be a bike. Do you think that this one could be a bike? No, it can't be a bike. However, it must be round and maybe it is a ball. I am making guesses. Am I sure about what I'm saying? I'm not sure yet. How about this one? Something that is hidden in here. Are you sure about anything? Maybe. I will say, it might be a vehicle. It might be a vehicle. It must be a car. I will say, must be a car. More likely, it's a car. How about can't? It can't be a bike. It can't be a ball or a box. So, a ball or a box, something that it will never be. Car, more likely, and we're having a vehicle, it could be. Okay, so for this is the idea of speculation. When you are speculation, if you are sure about something, it is round, I can see it. So if you are sure, you will say it must be a ball. It must be a car. If it is impossible, no way that it's round, it must be a ball. However, I will say it can't be and couldn't be a car because it is round. A car will never be round. And if it is possible, maybe, I will say it may or might be. It might be a car, or I will say it might be a ball because it is round. So I am making a guess. I'm not very sure. However, if you are sure that it is impossible, you will use can't or couldn't. So can't, could, couldn't, must, may or might. We use can't, must, may or might to make suppositions or speculate about something and to draw conclusions. So we are making guesses. We are not sure about what had happened or what this thing is. And here, use must to say that you are sure of something. Something round, it must be a ball. Use can't or couldn't to say that we think something is impossible. Something round, it can't be a car. Use may, might, or could to say that something is possible. If it is round, it could be a ball, it can't be a car. It can't be a balloon. Balloons aren't shaped like that. It might be a glider, but gliders don't fly vertically. It must be a helicopter. This is if I'm speaking about something that I can see right now. It could have been a balloon. Balloons aren't shaped like that. It might have been a glider, but gliders don't fly vertically. It must have been a helicopter. What is the difference between this and that? In the first one, we are speaking about something that I can see. I'm hiding this one, and I will tell you, what do you think this thing is? You'll tell me it might be a pen, it could be a marker, it could be something that is a pointer. How about if we are speaking about something that happened yesterday? The thing that we have met, someone we have met. It could have been this or that. So to speculate about what happened in the past, we will add have. It means that I am speculating about what had happened in the past. Okay, so for speculation, if you are sure, you will use must. If it is possible, less sure, you will use may or might. If it is impossible, no way, you will use can't or couldn't. You're having these two options. Okay, now in your books, page 23, exercise B. Complete the sentences using can't, must, or might, whether impossible, sure, or possible. You haven't eaten all day. You be starving. If you didn't eat all day, you must be starving. You must be hungry. Pat's joking. Pat is joking. She be serious. She can't be serious. It's a joke. Ahmed has been studying all afternoon. He be tired by now. He was doing a hard job. He must be tired. He can't be free by now. I'm not sure of the way there. Let's ask my father. He drive us there. Maybe he might drive us there. Or he must know the way. I can't find my keys anywhere. I have lost them. I must have lost them. If you can't find anything, you lost it. Who's at the door? It be Maryam. She is abroad with her parents. She's not in the city. She can't be Maryam because she's away from here. So always read the whole sentence and is it possible, impossible, or you are sure about it and you will choose the correct, let's say whether can't, must, or might. In your books, page 92, exercise D. Complete the sentences. You will use the same, can't, must, or might. Jerry has to work all day. He go to the football game. Can he? Can't go to the football game. He's busy. Linda be tired. She stayed up all night for studying for for her big test. She must be tired. She didn't had enough sleep. I am not sure, but Greg be at the library. Not sure. Might be at the library. Lee didn't eat breakfast or lunch. He be hungry now. Didn't eat. He must be hungry by now. We stay long because we have to go to the store before it closes. We can't stay long because we have other things to do. I think my mother know who the people are in that old photo. She must know because they could be at her age or could be her friends. So read the whole sentence, and based on the meaning you can tell whether it is can't, must, or it is may or might. Now in your book's page 92, you will look at the photos and explain things that must have happened and others. Look at the man. He must have gone buying a car. He might have received a parking ticket. He looks surprised. He could have had the car repaired and he is checking it. How about this one? He's calling and he is worried. He must have called a friend. He might have been late for a meeting. He could have forgotten an address. How about this one? He looks like worried and he is having a headache. He must have studied too much before now. He might have been bored, or he could have not slept well last night. That's why we're having the result, which is looking like as if he having a headache. For your homework, refer to your book's page 91. Your book's page 91, exercise C. You will look at pictures, read sentences, and try to speculate what had happened before the picture was taken. Okay? I guess that is it for the lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.